It's a tough time to be a teacher as they try to wrap up the school year virtually. Pam Roggeman, Dean of the College of Education at the University of Phoenix, joins us now, here to share what they have learned about education. Thanks so much for being here. What are you hearing from teachers in your survey?
An overwhelming number of teachers reported that they felt anxious about this shift. And also an overwhelming majority felt that they were slightly prepared for what this would bring. And so what that tells us is that teachers need more professional development. And I think that's what a lot of teachers are going to spend their summer doing, is seeking out ways to learn how to be an effective teacher via distance.
What can teachers and school leaders do to make virtual teaching more effective?
Well, we had 7 days to pivot in March. School districts did. And so now we have 90 days to get ready for the summer. One of the things that we're doing at the University of Phoenix is we partnered with a company called Blackboard, and we brought together thought leaders who have been doing successful distance learning in K-12 education for a number of years. And we created what we're calling a free virtual teaching academy. And so we're offering a series of webinars, again, for free. And these are geared toward district leaders and also classroom teachers to attend a series of courses to help them experience what good distance learning looks like. So again, all the sound principles, giving effective assessment and feedback to your students. Also, making those connections with students, all those things that we do in the classroom, but in a virtual environment. Again, it's free. It's a series of webinars. There are 2 tracks, one for leaders and one for teachers. And if anybody's interested in that, even parents, if you kind of struggled with the distance learning, it's appropriate for you to attend as well. You can sign up for those at a website. You can either sign up at blackboard.com/virtual teaching academy, or you can visit phoenix.edu and search Virtual Teaching Academy. And hopefully that will help schools and teachers create kind of a plan or a strategy for what their virtual learning will look like, the critical elements that they need to include.
Do you think we're in for the long haul here?
School years are always interrupted. We have tornadoes, hurricanes, floods. A student might get sick and be out of school for 2 weeks. Over the summer, teachers always notice that they have to spend the beginning of the school year kind of making up for that summer slide of academic loss when students get a little rusty, when they're not, doing math and they're not reading every single day like they are during the actual school year. So distance learning can really prove to be a tool.
How can we set up students for success? There's so much inequality happening right now. Not every child can afford an iPad or computer.
100%. I think what the pandemic did, and it is really kind of highlighting the inequities that exist, not only in our school system, but just in every aspect of our society, but especially, what I know about is kids. And so what school districts learned is how many homes didn't have Wi-Fi, And so they did their best to scramble in that 1 week. I heard of school districts doing a Herculean effort to try to get mobile hotspots out to families that didn't have Wi-Fi. Refurbished computers were being passed out. Some school districts were just sending out instructions for how to access your hotspot on your cell phone. If you don't use your hotspot, you don't know that it's there. We all only know the tech that we need. And so school districts are trying to accommodate those inequities that exist across their school districts the best they could. And so I think now in this 90-day plan, what school districts are doing is trying to figure out a strategy for how they can address that. The inequities were the reasons that some school districts were only able to hand out packets, paper and pencil packets, because they were trying to be fair across their school districts. You can't, some homes have a dozen screens. Some homes, the only screen that's available to students is their telephone. And it's hard to conduct your learning through just the screen of a telephone. So these are things that school districts are taking into account when they are planning for next year. Distance learning is here to stay, and it can be an asset.
Thank you for being here and covering this very important topic with us. For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.